As Coad is in to bowl to Northeast, who will get the first runs of the day. He's played that one away nicely through the offside, and the ball will reach the distant boundary away to our right on the grandstands. As Northeast is given LBW, pushing half forward. I thought initially from the sound there was a little bit of bat involved, but he was squared up, and up went David Milne's finger, and Ben Coad has the early breakthrough for the visitors. Coad round the wicket to the left-handed Ingram, who is up and running first ball, punching it through the offside for 4, 20 for 1.
Yep, just a bit too short from Ben over the years, with one injury or another. Matthew Fisher in, it's ball short of length. Bess is chasing down this nice back foot punch, but he's not going to win the race, and Asa Tribe.
As Coad is in to bowl to Ingram, who drives and gets an edge for 4 down to third man, wide of the slips.
Hello. Fisher in, it's up there, the drive, driven and gone, and that is a very good catch by Adam Lyth at second slip to his left, because that was travelling. Super effort from him, and Tribe gone for 4. Catch though by Adam Lyth is Fisher then. Oh, got him again. First ball this time to George Hill at first slip. Fisher runs away to celebrate towards the pavilion, and Kieran Carlson is out for a golden duck, 28 for 3, and Matthew Fisher on a hat-trick. I thought the Welsh cakes might have been in the back of the box today.
As Ingram drives nicely through the offside, it's beaten the dive of Moriarty at mid-off.
Up there to drive, invitation accepted, a push really rather than a full-blooded drive, but it will get Kellaway off the mark with 4.
Charging in from the River Taff end, bowls, and that is caught out. There is a glance off the bat of Ben Kellaway, and Glamorgan taken 4 already. Here's Hill. Ingram flashes, and that's a fine cover drive, and it goes all the way. Shot of the day from a Glamorgan point of view. Hill that time, here he comes, right arm over, that's driven that time, that'll evade mid-off, and that's another cracking drive straight down the ground that time.
Experience, as it were. And he comes again, Hill. Short this time, having said that, and he's going to get 4 runs. And he turns around quickly, knowing this is what something Glamorgan, I'm afraid, haven't done.
Thompson round the wicket, and that's was a bit streakish, but in between third slip.
In past the umpire and bowls, that's pulled away out towards mid-wicket, the short boundary, but it was going at a fair rate and not dire straight.
Yeah, not feeling so good. Fisher in. Oh, has he got a nick on this one? He has. Fisher, the change has worked. Very good catch indeed by Johnny Bairstow, diving to his right across George Hill. If you're going to go, you've got to make those, and he did. That's a very good grab.
Sorry state of affairs.
Fisher in again, a bit edgy. Played it with an open face. It wasn't a genuine full-on edge, but it was towards the outside of the bat. He's diverted it wide of the cordon.
His debut.
Fisher in again as an appeal for LBW, and gone. That is the end of Tim van der Houten, who was stepping across and trying to work it to leg, and I think that's possibly the key. When we see the replay, we'll have more of an idea.
Who's been the pick of the bowlers with 4 for 18, comes in from the Cathedral Road end. Lovely cover drive, and that will race away to the boundary for 4. And it's a kind of iron that's nicked away through the slip cordon. It died on them anyway, it wasn't a catching chance, and it's raced away for 4 off the bat of Mason Crane.
Making his way into bowl round the wicket now, and that's just a beautiful drive through the covers for 4. Fisher is not so far away from that on the boundary edge, but no chance.
Fisher continues from the Cathedral Road end, full and creamed away by Colin Ingram, and that will be the South Africans' 50, a much needed one for Glamorgan, and a lot will depend on Colin Ingram remaining at the crease. Fisher is in, and that's short. They're asking for, well, that's missed by the man sweeping on the leg side boundary.
3 slips waiting for an opportunity along with keeper Johnny Bairstow, but that's a bit short and wide, and just waiting nicely for it. Mason Crane has got 4 runs through the colours. Struck that firmly.
Takes guard, and he's pulled that on it like in a flash, and it goes through mid-wicket for 4.
What he's going to bowl In comes Thompson, bowls. Yeah, it is a small one, and he's caught him. Oh, well, it worked. He put a man back, he bounced him, and Crane got an edge.
Yep.
And
Well,
he's hitting his bat. He knows that perhaps from the river end here at Cardiff. Short.
Oh,
Caught in the wicket.
bowled.
Or bowled him. Yeah, bowled him. And a good bowling change. Not a great sight for Glamorgan.
Might take some turn. Start to come apart to some extent. Good use of feet here. And 6 runs, in fact. Didn't feel like it was going to cap.
As Coad continues from the River Taff end, and there's a big appeal, and Harris is given. Now there was a big thud, and Harris looks at his bat as Ben Coad starts his run up, comes in, bowls and bowls him, and that is the end of Ben Morris and the end of Glamorgan's innings. Bowled out for 239. Which means they trail by 122 after the first innings. Who made 23? Van Hoogten, and that's guided down past backward point. There's no third man, and it'll race all the way for the first boundary of Yorkshire's second innings.
Oh, another season as in comes Harris, and that's cracked away by Bean off the back foot. May have been a bit of a hand on it from Kellaway. It's not quite going to make the boundary. Good run for here if they get the skates on.
The River Taff end of the ground. 3 slips in for Van Hoogten. That's creamed through the offside for 4. A cracking stroke from Lythe.
James Harris runs away from us and bowls. And this is a half volley. 4 through cover. And the wet pitch now, he saw that ball come on, and it was the left-handed Bean. Bowls to him now. Just a better delivery, pushed away, but they'll get a single out to mid-wicket. They get more than a single, they get 4. It just rockets away on that small boundary. And the bowl or glean from people who were there. Harris bowls to Bean. Bean plays it out towards
This is becoming
mid-on, and it's not good enough.
Good
It's
pitch to bat on as well now.
This is all happening. In comes Harris and bowls. Lovely looking shot, that surely before. Beautiful extra cover drive by Adam Lythe, and it's gone up to the boundary for 4. And that's another boundary as it's glided down to third man. Here is Govin bowls. Flicks that down towards fine leg, and that's 4 more. If you give people width.
Van Hoogten bowls, and that's creamed into the offside, and that will get to the boundary. And nothing bowling, and that's flashed too much width, and that's cut towards third man, which is vacant, and it's another boundary.
It's bowling to Finlay Bean. In he comes and bowls the first ball, that's short and pulled away. That'll be 4 runs, I think. Oh, yeah, 4 runs. Bisects deep backward.
When they want to win it, as Lythe steps back and hammers this away for 6 over long on. Too short from Kieran Carlson.
Too far from Sophia Gardens. That's pushed into the offside. They'll take a quick single, and that is the 50 up for Bean, who dons his bat to the pavilion. Don't think we'll have to wait long until Lythe's 50, and there it is. That's just guided down to the third man area. They'll come back for 2, and that's 50 for Adam Lythe.
Yeah, and in his case, well, Jim Love 50, Graham Stevenson 46 in the second inning. Big shout here for LBW meanwhile, and Lythe doesn't want to look at David Milnes, but unfortunately he has to, and sees the finger raised, and James Harris has broken that opening partnership, Yorkshire.
In this game, as Govin rounds off the second day's play at Sophia Gardens, there is no run off the bat off Fisher. That is stumps on day 2, a day that's belonged totally to Yorkshire.